Hello everyone, I am your host Warrior Angel and welcome back to this Eastern Roman Empire campaign for Total War Attila. In the last episode, we had to deal with the Huns. They sent off 2 stacks against Trimotium and the garrison force there, led by the 2nd or 4th Legion. I can never remember the legions. In fact, no, this is a thing about Augustus, so don't worry about that. But yeah, even though we lost the town, you can see its scorched remains in that little gap here. Nevertheless, though, we managed to kill enough of the Huns that Flavius Arcadius Augustus, my emperor, managed to lead the 11th Legion against them. We managed to destroy one horde, and now we've got the survivors stuck down here, just in this little gap there. And as tempting as it would be to go and kill them, I'm not going to. Because, well, to be honest, the army is so small that I reckon I could take them out if they ever try to attack one of my settlements. So I'm pretty happy for them to just stay as they are. If they try and get a little bit larger, then of course I can take them out with the 11th Legion. But for the moment, I'm happy enough to let them just keep going around until I get in a position to kill them. So that's what's happened in the last episode. And today we're going to continue trying to build up the forces and seeing what we can do next. As a warning, what I'm going to have to let you guys know is this is actually the 3rd time I've tried recording this episode. For some reason, Fraps has decided to play up again, or the computer's playing up, or whatever the reason is. But basically, I've noticed it's cutting off now, not just in the middle of battles, but also sometimes in the campaign screen itself. So, yeah, we're just going to hope if it does go like that. If I end up cutting out because of in the middle of talking or something like that, I'll just stop the game, try and we get it going and finish the episode. So hopefully we'll get things sorted. I'll have to have a look at it properly now to find out what could be causing this. Because I do think it's something to do with the combination of fraps, which has never been an issue until the past month or so, and the actual computer. Don't ask me what, I'll just have to have a look and see what I can sort out. But let's continue with this in the meantime. So the first thing I thought was quite amusing when I came across this was actually these religious changes. Lazica, the Marians and Britain have all changed their religions. Lazica has now followed Zoroastrianism, I can never pronounce the damn name, which is okay, they're considering that they're quite close to the Sassanids, I'm not surprised. The Marians have actually become Latin Christians, which is quite interesting. But the thing that amused me even more was Britain. The fact that Britain has now become Celtic pagan rather than just Greco-Roman paganism. Which I thought was quite funny, especially since they started off in Wales, and they've actually owned Wales. This is where I actually live, down in Cardiff, which is just about this area of Wales. So, yeah, I don't remember Segotium actually being that big up in the north, and it's actually occupying part of Anglesey as well, and I've actually noticed that until just now. Huh. Yeah, no, in real life, there's we got the angle of Anglesey, which is right here, and we've got the small little, like, the river, almost like a river slash coast. It's a bit larger than a river, but yeah, there's a thing going between the two, because channel, let's call it that. So yeah, that's interesting, and I've actually noticed that before. So yeah, what's going to be happening down with the campaign? Well, assuming that we can actually last it out, what I'm actually going to do is I feel it's quite important. I want to try and recolonize Trimotium. That will allow me to start sorting out the food problems I've been having recently in Thracia. But the main issue I had is this. Public order is really bad. We're going to basically... We've got a very good chance, basically, of having a rebellion the next turn. So I don't particularly want to risk the... So I'm just going to move this army here. But I don't particularly want to risk trying recolonizing it. It will cost a lot of money. I did a thing and I was really shocked to saw that it was going to cost over 6,000 to recolonize it. And then I remembered that I've been playing too much Total War Warhammer and not Attila, where the recolonization fees are actually really cheap compared to this game. So yeah, that was a bit surprising. So yeah, we're just going to put the Emperor's Legion here, so if there is a rebellion, we can easily deal with it. And depending on where we are, because actually where we are, we could have the opportunity for the Greece to rise up and try to attack. If they decide to go for Trimotium and recolonize it already, then that allows me just to swoop in and kill them, so I'm not going to complain too much of that. But yeah, in the meantime, what we'll do, we're actually going to build up the scouts in here and get Colonia sorted. I know it's not the ideal situation given the fact that we've got a problem with food, but hopefully we'll sort that out soon. Otherwise, yeah, we'll have to... Let me see. Let's get that going as well, because I want to make sure we get some growth. And I could, if I wanted to risk it, at the moment I'm making 900 from commerce. If I switched over to fishing jetties, I'll get 450 loss, but that would give me plus 50 food. That would actually put me into the green, so I could actually do that next turn. Or we do it now. I think the food order is the bigger issue, so let's just switch it over. We can always go back to making it a trade center in the future once we actually sort out Remotium. So that's that sorted for this over here. Otherwise, everything else is okay. This allows me then to go off down south, where we can actually decide what's happening next. Because here's the thing, I've got my army here, the 2nd Legion, which valiantly managed to defeat the Axum army. And we're going to be marching down towards Berenice. We'll be able to take them out in the next turn. I'm actually going to move them here just so we can get that little extra bit of replenishment going for these 2 units. But here's the issue. Alright, you can't see it now because of the fog of war, but right outside Berenice is actually an Egyptian rebellion taking place. You can see how it says minus 60 and then 20, so the rebellion's happened for at least 2 turns now. And it's in the next turn phase it will capture Berenice. So I want to make sure I've got a reasonable sized force ready to go and take them out. So in fact, I can take the opportunity. As much as I would like to get a Protector as Domestici, I can't actually wait 2 turns. I'd rather just go and swoop in and kill them off. So I'm just going to get another unit of these. We'll get some skirmishers. Let's get just so we get the extra bodies. An 18 stack will be more than ready to take out Berenice and the Egyptian rebels in the next turn. So that's that done. Otherwise, that's everything we can do. We're just going to go ahead and then end the turn, and hopefully we're not going to have many problems. While this is happening though, oh crap, I forgot to do something. There's a good chance that Egypt is actually going to rebel in the next turn. And I have that army right outside Asenia, I think the place is called. I could have was meant to move that towards Oxyrhynchus, so I can actually use that to deal with any rebels that take place. Oh, the Suebians have declared war. Well, I could break the alliance, but then I have the issue then of being considered thing. The balance of power apparently is actually very much against the Suebians, so I'm actually going to enter the war just so I can keep things happy with the Romans. Oh, actually, is that them? I think they're a little bit closer than I imagined. And the Garamantians have been keeping themselves busy. They will be my next target down in the south once I've dealt with Axum. Okay. This could be a little bit problematic though, depending on what that Hun army's doing. Simply because of the issue with some of my villages are not that developed, so I have to be careful with that. So many enemies, I'm going to have to start sorting these out. The Western Romans, in order to try and keep my alliance with them, has really gone bad. Although, I suppose there's nothing technically stopping me from breaking the alliance, as long as I keep that important trade agreement, because I'm making over, I think it was like 2,000 or something a turn from them. Oh, here we go. Oh wait, Kartli's been eliminated. Egyptus is about to rebel. Okay. And here's the thing now, we got Egypt. Now, it's time to... If that's the thing, to be honest with you, if they actually settled elsewhere, I would have been alright about it. I would have had no problem if they wanted to, go up against Nobatia or head down towards Axum and take their regions. I would have been perfectly happy with that, truth be told. But they haven't. They decided to go after the settlement in my province. So, let's go and say goodbye to them. Declare war. No, we don't need to declare... again, my allies involved. But the Batius decided to join in anyway. And here we go. The balance bar is very much in my favour. Enough, I'm going to auto-resolve this, especially because the way the video is going at the moment. I don't want to risk it crashing in the middle of a battle again. So, there we go. Stab to the head. Didn't do too bad. We lost more men than I anticipated, to be honest, but not as much as we did last time I attempted it. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and occupy. Now we're definitely going to have a rebellion taking place, but at least I can sort this out a bit. We'll repair this, we'll repair that, and we'll repair that. And what else can we do with the money? I really do need to get public order, another population surplus, but we can do that in the next turn, in fact. Let's go for a goldsmith, shall we? It gives me extra 1,200 and extra 5% trade agreement tariffs. Let's go for that. That will help out a great deal when it comes to actually making a bit of extra cash. Okay, so the other thing I needed to do as well is I do need to spend some money repopulating some of these areas. For example, in Syria, we've barely got anything really here in place. Although the fact is I'm risking not putting a lot of stuff into here just because I know this could be a likely target for some of the Sassanids and some of the other people like the Lakhmids getting involved. So I don't particularly want to build a lot of really good stuff in Antioch. I'd rather focus, or Syria, I would rather focus the attention up here in the north in Asia Minor. So let's just do that instead. Trampezus, where are you? Up north with Lazica defending. That's okay. Are we looking for food? Well, food's good. Melitine, where are you? More in the center. Okay, let's actually build you up here. We're gonna actually get... let me see. Cappadocia's got thing. We've got as well Cilicia, which has got a cavalry units. Thing here for infantry. So if I use... and skirmishes. Alright, we don't actually need anything in here then. What we'll do then, we'll actually just focus on trying to get a little bit of extra wealth in the settlement, I guess. In fact, what's public order like? Religious differences. Greek Christianity is going down. That could be remedied now. We'll get Greek baptistry being built. Otherwise, that's everything we can do for now. Like I said, I do want to try and recolonize here, but I know it's going to cost a lot of money, a lot more than I'm actually comfortable with right now. So, do I go after the Huns? Or do I try something else? Let's try and go after the Huns. We'll park up here anyway for the turn, so we can actually get an extra bit of replenishment coming in. And it's a shame we can't actually attack them with the garrison. It's like Syracuse here. I think that would have been pretty useful. But that's everything I can do for now. Let's research technology. Gonna go for codification of laws. Gives me an extra bit of a thing as well as a little bit of extra growth, which is all good. And let's end the turn. Oh, actually, we've got these. Okay, governor. Let's build you up with this. Give you some military buildings. And cherries, why not? And you... let's see. Let's get Legatus up. Actually, no, we want to increase your zeal a little bit. Let's go for this and this. There we go. And assuming the game doesn't freeze up in the middle of discussing this, I can actually share with you guys a bit of a sneak peek into what's going to be happening next on the channel. Now, as you may have noticed at the moment, I've only got the one Total War campaign going right now, this one. And I do want to start a second one, but what I've been thinking is, because of how much I've been missing doing a narrative Let's Plays, I'm going to be starting one up again. I know I've said it in the past, but this time I'm definitely going to be doing it. I've already got the idea set up, I know what I'm going to do. It's...
Your armies would surely find honor and plunder.
Do I want to fight the
joining
Ostrogoths?
Glory awaits.
The Ostrogoths actually landed? Well, they really don't like us anyway. Oh no, it's them. Yeah, nah, I'd rather not. But yeah, it's going to be a brand new one. I've never mentioned the idea before, but it's going to be something interesting. I'm really liking the idea of this, and it's going to be something that will last for a while. But if you're interested in finding out more about it, I'm going to be a bit cheeky here by mentioning it now. But either today or tomorrow, I'll be uploading a channel update, like an official big one. Because there's a part of a regular series I want to try and... well, I say regular, but something of a more proper series, and what I've been doing with channel updates in the past. So, to explain a few things I want to do with changing the channel in the future. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that, and all will be revealed then. Anyway, back to this, and this is actually new. The Subians didn't, when I last tried recording this, didn't actually try and declare war. They actually thing, and they seem to be wiped out now as a result. Okay, another one bites the dust. I've encountered Gaul as well. Insula Orientalis has gone up in thing, my islands. Okay, this is actually pretty nifty. Let's demolish roads. I make a decision. Constantina or roads. Let's focus on roads. We'll build that up. Alright, what are we going to get for this? A rally field. Let's get local industry going. It can continue getting that. And for here, supply storage, waterworks. Let's get some waterworks going, and that will be all well and good. And now we can go off and kill the Huns. We've got them cornered. Let's get them, boys. Oh, they've been busy. They have recruited a couple of extra units, I see. There's some Persian brigade and some mounted bowmen. All in all, not even worth the time. Bam. Just like that, the Huns' army's threat has been dealt with for at least a little bit longer. Okay, we're actually going to take on the warriors. And we can now return them back here, where I can actually be prepared to take on... Oh, public order is actually getting better now. It might be because of the Huns being in the region, maybe. But let's bring them back, because next turn then I can actually see about recolonizing Trimotium. Wants to build up his stats. Let me see. What's this? Corsair Moors. Corsair Moors, the Yellow Death, is Julius Caesar's legendary sword and now in possession of the new Western Roman Empire. It was. That mythical blade is not meant to be sheathed, but should be drawn in the heat of battle. Remember that and carry the word of Crocus Moors to the enemy by defeating them utterly. Okay, so we've managed to get a new item, it seems. A new sword as well, which gives me plus 1 and 40, plus 2 morale, and gives 20% extra melee damage. And what this will happen then, the way it normally stacks up, it tells you at the bottom, by defeating them utterly. So if you can destroy enemy armies, I'm guessing, that would actually allow me to build that up really well. So that would really improve my stats as a result. Excellent news indeed. Okay, we've got 2 points to spend, so I'm actually going to spend 1 on scholars so I can increase research rates. And I think this time round I'm actually going to go for Dux thing. A man of men, born to command, a leader. Gives me extra morale as well, so it also allows me to see about maybe doing either Overseer thing or head down into Vicarius and get extra zeal. In fact, is there any way I can improve my cunning? Ooh, actually. If I get Overseer in the next time he levels up, if I can get that to level 2, that actually allows me to do night battles with him. That would be really useful. Really, really useful indeed. Okay, that's everything again for this turn. I'm actually trying to get through these turns a tiny bit more quickly now, because one of the things I've noticed is when I actually loaded the load up, go to the load menu in order to load the campaign up, I actually noticed we're on episode 6, and for the start of this turn, it was actually turn 14. So we haven't even finished the first chapter yet, the first 20 turns. Or 20 turns? We haven't even finished that yet. So I want to try and at least get that done in this episode before we, finish it. And that's the thing I've noticed. It does take a long time to go through a large, empire like this. Like, as I said before, I'm very much used to starting off in small ones, like Plains the Hordes or something like that in Attila. Excuse me. The idea of, starting off with a huge faction like the Eastern Romans has been quite the experience. Oh, that last because where are you guys? Oh, you're here. Yeah, let's enter the war. We'll keep them happy. They seem to be a pretty straightforward army to destroy. Although I will have to start sorting out, maybe breaking an alliance, because it's going to lead me into more battles. As long as they're happy to keep trade with me, I'll be pretty happy as a result. Okay, so... Oh, actually, we've got 4 more turns before we actually finish the thing, like I originally mentioned. Right. Okay. It's okay, that will deal with this. Right. So first of all, let's go and recolonize Trimotium. Wow. I forgot how much money that does actually cost. I'm used to playing Total War Warhammer, where you're probably paying about 2,000 in order to recolonize the region, not 6,000. But we managed to get that. Unfortunately, though, I can't afford to build the town, at least for a little bit longer. But at least I can get replenishment going for all the forces in the 11th Legion, so that's something. I can afford the next turn, though, so it won't be too bad. Constantinople will have the food sorted out then. Yeah, we're okay for food now. We're actually huge public order bonuses now because we've actually sorted our food a little bit. That's really good. And we'll get even more in the next turn then, thanks to the fishing villages. Constantinople, spring. Outraged population, that needs to go down, but if it's going down by 13 a turn now, thanks to the presence of the army as well, that will be really, really useful. Okay, Scoopy needs... no, up here, what's that called again? Viminicum needs to be repopulated. What we got here? Cavalry. Let's get some horse breeder settlements going. Okay, and then see what's happening down south. Ready for me to...
Ready for battle.
You're actually on your way almost to... oh, here we are, we've got the rebels started up. And I still haven't moved them. Shite! We're actually going to lose Oxyrhynchus in the next turn. Crap. Okay, can I actually get up there? I can't even get up there in time to do... although, actually... if we force march it, we can get just within... we can just about get within reinforcement range. Let's do that.
Would that I were as swift as the angel.
Yeah, if we get it, and then we can upgrade the food here. Excellent thing, because that will help out in the next turn. Yeah, so now if this rebel army comes down, at least I know I can actually hold them off now using the town and the reinforcements. Okay, let's just end the turn. We'll get through this next turn, and then it will be over then. The episode will be finished. Thing. Oh, actually, what is this? Who's these guys? Is that the Abdanians? Yeah, the Abdanians have managed to make their way into Gaul. Good on them. I have to admit, one of the things I always found fascinating when I watched watch people or the play Total War is how the factions sometimes expand. Like, it's been a criticism about Total War Attila about how, you have different factions appearing anywhere. Like, I remember in one of my Oshikov's videos, if I remember right, there was a chap who mentioned in the video how he had the Danes coming down and trying to conquer areas in Africa. And I have to admit, personally, I find that just really interesting. Like, it's just funny how it works, Actually, I'm going to decline to break the alliance. As long as we can keep that trade going, I'm pretty happy. But I don't want to be dragged into any more wars than I can avoid. But yeah, I personally find it just interesting how the factions expand. I know in this game it's down mainly to the idea about fertility, and they're trying to go for the most fertile regions, which happens to be down south. But I'm hoping with the mod that I've installed, which increases all the fertility by +1 anyway. And not only that, but when the climate change starts kicking in, it actually modifies the climate change a bit, so it's a little bit more varied rather than just keep going down and down. So yeah, hopefully we'll see a little bit more straightforward expansion from the different factions. But we might also see some of the more unusual ones, which will be interesting to see. Oh, what's this? The force has been... why did we lose our commander? Let's get a new chap in. Because you are not really good at all. You're very bad, in fact. Yeah, you're actually going to cost me money if I put you in charge. So let's just put this guy in instead. In fact, have we got any better ones? We've got an 18 year old, no, 33. We've got a 27 year old, is a relentless attacker. We've got a taskmaster that helps with integrity. We'll go for the taskmaster. Oh, he died. Fair enough. A local noble seeking favour gives us a rag of fine colts to do with as we wish. Let's check that out. Okay, so we can stud the horses. they may yield wishes. Send them out to the army to lower our recruitment costs, or sell them for money. I think I'm going to stop the horses. Alright, and now we can deal with the rebel force that's here. You try to run away from me, you bastards, eh? Let's bring these chaps down now to destroy them. There we go. Now, I do apologise for the fact that I'm not actually fighting the battles, I'm actually relying on auto resolves. The reason why is because the way that this recording has gone in the past with trying to record this episode, I'd rather not risk it. I know the campaign mode is not as stressful, shall we say, for the computer.
Ready for battle.
So I want to at least try and get things done with this as it is, rather than, you know, work on, try and do better and then find out and do battles and then have to keep going back and forth. Right. So here's my thing now. We're actually going to march the force down now. In fact, let's put you guys in force march. I prefer to do that. And we're going to march them down here, so we can get there within 2 turns. There's no problems with attrition along the way. No. We can actually try and take the assault and attack into Axum itself. Eliminate them, and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, okay. Alright, let's go back to Rose a second. Let's... We've got public orders going pretty well now. Let's start helping out things a little bit. We're going to get... I can't actually get any of the female buildings. These ones, unless we can't get them in the towns. I can't remember. Oh well, I'll get a military building going in instead. We'll have extra wealth coming from... That actually could be a little bit useful. Extra 5%, and you actually get better and better as we build up a Tanner. Yeah, let's go for that. No, let's build a church instead. That actually will help out more with the public order issue. Okay. What else do I need to build? Ah, yes, I need to build up in Trimotium. I need to go back. Can we... Oh, we can't afford it. Crap. Okay, let's go back to here. Let's not build the church. And let's focus on getting this back. There we go, 4 turns. Oh! The Gepids have actually expanded out now. Interesting. They've actually captured both Damavia, Viminicum, and thing. Right. Let's move you guys here. We can get a lot of public replenishment going, and we can actually then see what's going on with them over there. Also, where can I actually recruit spies from? Ah, here we go. Oh, religion. Maybe even better? Let me see. Integrity, campaign line of sight. How much is it going to cost for these? 1,000. If I get a second priest in the region, that would be pretty useful in terms of trying to sort things out. And spread religion in the area which needs to be done, in fact. Let's choose this chap then. Thank you for telling me about the rebel force. That took a while. Okay, which actually was the... I had a region which was a real problem in the nearby with religion. Which one was it? Greek Christianity 35, 46, 51, 54, 49, 47, 38, 47, 61, 38. Oh, Libya's the main problem. Crap, if I knew that I would have took him back down there. Oh well. Yeah, let's move him over to Dardania next turn, and then he can at least start sorting things out a little bit there. Okay, next turn I can get the extra chap. Okay, let's do this. Let's get this time. Let's go for military provisions. We've done 3 turns. And you have gone up in rank as a result. Let's get you Taskmaster. Okay. Let's end the turn then, and that's pretty much everything we can do. So in the next episode, we'll actually be able to finish this actual chapter, finally. thing and get things sorted out. We can start moving my legion here down towards Axum and hopefully be able to deal with any threats that come from there and be able to... Oh!
We see little profit in further bloodshed.
You actually think that's going to be a good offer? I'll tell you
it
what.
is time to staunch deep
No, I'm
wounds.
not going to offer you my daughter. Let's create a puppet state. You don't have to pay me. You can just do this. That
My lord
is a little bit
wishes to
better.
bestow coin on your people.
Tell you
Accept
what.
it as a token of friendship.
No, you don't want a non-aggression pact. You just don't want to fight me. Let me see. He is actually defensive and quite passive, so he could be okay actually to keep there. I'll actually leave that though. I think I'll let him. Let's just get as much money as we can out of him. And is there anything else we can get as a result? You can join my war against the Garamantians as well. No?
I hope that this offer of
Okay,
coins
well, we'll
will
get
be
all the
taken
money
with
we
the
can
right
out of him
spirit
then.
of comradeship
And
and
we'll do that. Okay, that allows me to actually focus my forces now on the Garamantians instead of Axum. I managed to get 3,000 out of them, which I thought was a pretty nice sum. And yeah, we'll be able to focus now on the Garamantians, especially since they've been taking territory away from the Western Romans, I've noticed. And I suppose, speaking of the Western Romans, if I ever wanted to get extra sum of money, I could always speak to them about...
Shall we hag at each other until our enemies can
I'm not
gorge
offering...
themselves
I'm
on work?
offering straight peace. There we go. That's the thing, I've actually got a lot of... Oh, the Sassanids have rebelled. They've actually got a civil war happened. I just noticed then. Oh, wow. Okay, we also got this to do. Okay, we can actually start bringing my force over here then. I'll start taking them towards here, so let's just move them up. We haven't got a lot of stuff in the settlement, but we can sort... Anyway guys, I'm actually going to leave the episode here, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry there wasn't much in the way of battles, but once I get things sorted with the computer, we will be able to start having a lot more battles, hopefully. So hope you guys enjoyed, but thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye for now.